On June 17th, 2015, Dylann Roof, a 21-year-old white man from South Carolina, entered the sanctuary of the Emmanuel AME Church in Charleston.
A hate crime investigation into a deadly shooting at the historically black Emmanuel AME Church in Charleston.
The church was holding their weekly Bible study. Roof joined the Bible study, prayed with them, and then shot 9 members of the congregation.
He is someone who seemed to celebrate the Confederacy.
Somebody had to do something because, black people are killing white people every day on the streets, and they rape 100 white women a day. The fact of the matter is, what I did is so minuscule to what they're doing to white people every day.
One of the things that was interesting was that there was a huge deal of inquiry around how he became radicalized and what led him to take these actions.
Do you hope other people emulate you?
I think more, if I go shoot people, then it'll just cause more agitation.
Is it like if
To
we
agitate race relations.
to make it worse?
Right.
How long you felt this way?
First thing that I guess I would say woke me up, would be the Trayvon Martin case. I kept hearing about this kid, and I'm like, eventually I decided to, look his name up, just type him into Google, you know what I'm saying?
I want to know, is there somebody else involved? Is there somebody that nurtures you and like led you down this path? Or was this just Dylann?
It's pretty much just the internet,
Yeah.
All the information's there for you.
Sophia Noble wrote a really fascinating book called Algorithms of Oppression.
These are the images directly from the book.
I asked her for the specific ways that hate groups and bigotry flourish on the internet, and how Dylann Roof, when he began searching about black on white crime, found the particular results, the inaccurate results, that he said drove him to believe he had to commit the act of violence that he did. One particular incident that you examined in the book, Dylann Roof, you talk about how there is a connection between his understanding of race and what's happening on the internet.
He talks about how he's trying to make sense of the news coverage of Trayvon Martin and George Zimmerman. And he does a Google search on the keywords black on white crime. He was led to all of these websites that look like they might be credible information sites. What he found was the Council of Conservative Citizens comes up as the first website. Now this website, it's what scholars call cloaked websites. These are websites that look like they might be credible information, but you just scratch the surface and it's a white supremacist, white power propaganda site. You don't get, for example, FBI statistics that show you that violent crime is an intra-racial phenomenon.
Most often people are killed by members of their own social ethnic group.
That's right.
Why did those websites come up first?
Google's an advertising platform. You can pay to outbid the next company to optimize certain words in relationship to your content.
So people are going to an advertising platform and believing they're going to something like a library.
Yeah, the challenge is that the search engines really hold an authoritative place in our culture. What happens is you go to something like a search engine and you try to find out what's the weather, something banal, and it gives you the answer, and it's usually pretty accurate. And that reinforces our trust that if we look for something more complex, like black on white crime, it's also going to be authoritative and give us the exact right answer. And so now you have, I think, this kind of low-grade warfare that's happening in our information landscape of disinformation and propaganda around fomenting hate. And Dylann Roof says he learns about all of these treacherous murders of white people committed by black people and the media's cover-up. So Dylann Roof, he becomes radicalized.